back to my kitchen. I made a breakfast casserole, and while I'm in the mood, I'm going to go ahead and make a Canada crumb cake. It's a breakfast cake that my friend Linda makes, and it's delicious. I laugh every time I think about it because she made this once when my son was home, and he actually wanted to sneak over to her house because I have a key and get some of it that night because she puts it on her back porch. It's all closed in. And he said, we can go over there and get it and she'll never know it because she'd be upstairs sleeping. And I said, I don't think so. But anyway, it's wonderful. I don't make it as good as Linda does, but then that's Linda. Okay, we're going to start out with 2 cups of brown sugar packed in there firmly. But yes, Linda makes everything wonderful. She also made this homemade, it's an ice cream dessert that her mother used to make. Oh, is it delicious. Well, while we're there, we just get some of that too. I said, no, we're not doing that. But anyway, I told her about it. She laughed. She said, oh, you should have. That would have been funny. But, and then we take 2 cups of flour. And then I have already added, mixed in my nutmeg, half a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and some cloves. I've already mixed that in together here. So we'll put that all in there. And then we'll just kind of mix all that together. I always figure when you got your kitchen messed up doing one thing, you might as well make something else while you're at it. And I haven't made this for quite a while. So I thought, well, I'll just make it because it's delicious. And it's always good for a snack or good for coffee in the morning. Coffee and a piece of this makes a nice breakfast. So I like to do that. Then you add in a stick of butter. I already have melted. There. I'm going to start baking some cookies for Halloween. I have 2 little great-granddaughters that said they want to come and make cookies. And that's just icing on the cookies when they want to make something. So I'm going to have both of them come, one at a time, of course. I don't know if I could, how it would work out with both of them at one time. Never tried that. Then I've had one of them with her little brother, so that didn't work out good. So I don't know, it might work out fine, but we're going to do it one at a time. Okay, I think that's kind of crumbly enough. Now once you get it all crumbled up like that, then we're going to do the, set aside some of it for the topping. I'm going to take about 2/3 of a cup. Maybe. Set that aside for the topping. going to just add the rest of the cake. We're going to add an egg. And then we're going to add buttermilk. I love buttermilk. A lot of people say, ooh, I don't like that stuff. I love buttermilk. I always shake it up because it always kind of settles to the bottom, and I'll shake it up real good. But I love buttermilk. That's something my daddy always drank. He'd love to have a big glass of buttermilk. And I have a cousin that's like that. He loves drinking his buttermilk. And that's something I don't ever get tired of, is a glass of buttermilk. Then you just mix all that up real good together in your cake. There's not too many cakes and cookies anymore that calls for buttermilk. I know back, my grandmother used to bake and cook a lot with buttermilk. But today they just don't have too many recipes with it. But I love it. Mix that all up real good together. And then that's good. And I did prepare a pan for it. Take a 9 by 12 pan, and I put a little grease in the bottom of it and did a little flour on it. And then you just pour your cake right in there. And you can see all those crumbs there. It's just kind of, I'm going to call them crumbs because that's what they are, but it looks like lumps really. But it's crumbs. It's supposed to be crumbs because it's a crumb cake. And then if you want, this is optional, you don't have to, but you can add nuts on top of it if you would like. And I love walnuts. Matter of fact, these are black walnuts that I got. There's a place, little town between Marysville and Wapakoneta where I used to live that sell fresh walnuts, black walnuts, and oh, I love them. So I stopped and bought a bag of them. And I always take the nuts that I have left over and I put them in a bag, put them in my deep freeze because that way they last longer. Okay, now we're going to add our remaining crumbs that we saved. We saved what, 2/3 of a cup. We're going to add those. Then we're going to add some walnuts. I love walnuts. We're going to add those. You don't have to add nuts to it if you don't want. I just like the nuts. Then we'll put this in the oven at 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. That's going to depend on your oven. I know my other stove was a gas stove and the oven was so much different from what my electric one is, which I really like the gas better, but I don't have gas here, so we'll make do with what we have. But now we'll let this bake about 25 minutes. I'll check it and see where we're at then, and then we'll have the fresh crumb cake. I think we're ready to come out of the oven now. Looks good. We're going to let it cool for a couple minutes and then we'll cut it and see if it's tastes as good as it looks. Yeah, it's just a very simple, easy cake to make. Makes a nice breakfast cake, snack cake, anytime cake really. After you get it baked, let it set for a few minutes, then cut it and try it. But I think everyone will like it. I'm gonna check it here. Might be able to cut it now, I don't know. But a lot of times for breakfast, you'll end up doing a donut shop. Oh my goodness, donut shop and get donuts. I know my husband does that a lot of times, a lot more than what we really should do. And this is so much better, and probably better for us because I don't know what kind of preservatives they put in them or anything. But we've already got this in the house, and also you can set it in the microwave for just a couple seconds. Just put it in there for maybe a half a minute or so and heat it up, and makes it nice and warm. By the time your coffee's done, it's ready. Probably shouldn't be cutting this in that hot, but we're going to try it anyway. It's going to come out okay. Didn't make a big mess. A little bit, but not much. I like those crumbs. It's kind of moist in there. Doesn't matter. It can fall on the table. I'm going to get it anyway. That looks good and yummy. But very simple to make. It'll take just a few minutes to put it together. Very, very good. Very yummy. Please try it. Get the recipe underneath online and let me know what you think. Thank you bunches for joining me today. Have a great day.